Hello, everybody. First of all, welcome to our YouTube channel, Fantastic People, everything about special people. And as the channel say, fantastic people. Today, we have a very, very special guest with us. His name is Juan Perez, El Chileno. It means the Chile guy. He is a very, very special ultra trail runner here from Spain. So welcome, Juan. How are you?
I'm fine and I'm happy to stay here with all of you. So let's start with the interview.
Very great. So first of all, thank you very much for your time that you are with us and share your experience. Okay. So first of all, Juan, we would like to know you personally first. Okay. So maybe you can explain a little bit where do you come from? What are your hobbies? Yeah.
Okay, I am from Andalusia, on the south of Spain. I am called El Chileno because I spent 2 years there working. And then when I came back to Spain, the people that I met here started calling me El Chileno because I came from there. So now it's like my brand. I am El Chileno
Yeah.
in the trail running world. I work as a professor at the university, but I don't teach anything related to sports. I am professor of electrical engineering. Um, um, my hobby is doing sports. So I started doing trail running in Chile in 2014. When I came back to Spain, I started training more seriously with planning and all of that, and then all the results, good results, started them, and that's all, more or less.
Very good. And besides of trail running, what is your hobbies? Do you like to eat or cook, or do you like to make
Okay.
also other sports?
Nice. For example, I love cooking. If you follow me in Instagram, you can see that I am always cooking. And now, for example, I am learning making bread. Also, I like reading, and also I love traveling. I have a camper van. When I have time, I take advantage of that, and I travel with it by different places. I love going to the mountains, but also I like going to the beach. And obviously, my favorite places to go for traveling are nature places, not cities. I am a nature lover.
Mm, very, very good. So you're a nature lover. And I think I saw you have also a camper, a van, right? Where you drive and you can sleep inside, no?
Yes, yes, I have a camper van. It's a small one, but it's enough for me.
That's good. Okay. So it's very interesting. So you have this camper van. You like the, let's say, the outdoor sports. Okay.
Mhm.
So I would also like to show you something. Okay, maybe something. I brought a small, let's say, a small gift for you. Maybe you
Okay,
will remind about it, and you can speak about it. One moment.
okay,
I
okay.
will show you. I I have this here.
Valle del Genal. Okay,
I
okay.
have it here. Okay. I
Yes,
mean, we have here something in common, you and
yes,
me.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
from let's say from 2019. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I did also I did the ultra trail, also the distance the same as you.
Mm-hmm.
So we were together in this race, and before the race, I started to know you. Okay, this was
Okay.
just to explain to the people. I think it was about 130 kilometers, or how much it was, 130, something about that.
Yes.
And we started to know more about you. You was preparing very hard for this big race, okay? and maybe you can tell us a little bit about your experience in this big ultra.
Okay, I have to say that about that race, it's a race that I knew for a long time. So I think that when I arrived to Spain in 2015, I knew that about that race because I have some friends that have run it. But I have to say that I had always thought that I wasn't prepared for so long distance because 130 kilometers is a lot of. So, for example, for me, I thought that for me a good distance is up to 100, but not more than 100. So I thought that I was never going to do that race. But last year, for the Andalusian Championship, they choose that race for the championship. So if I wanted to win the championship, I had to race it. So I had to go there. Although I was afraid by the distance, I prepared it at the end. Okay, it was hard, but I could do that, and I was able to do that. And I thought, if I think about the past, I thought that I was never going to do that. Look, and it was a good experience. It was very long, and I have to say that we had maybe we had weather that made it harder because it was very hot, and I remember that from town to town. You ran out of water, and it was very crazy because of the temperature. Yeah.
So let's also to explain to the people. I mean, Juan Perez, El Chileno, he won also this race. So you
Yes.
had a lot of exits in this race. So congratulations for this
Thank you.
big success. So it's very, as you know, everybody, it's not easy to do or finish such a race, and also to win or to be on the podium is even more difficult, let's say. And for you personally, people are always interested, how did you prepare such long distance race? Yeah, do you have a trainer? Are you in a club? How do you prepare something like this?
Okay, obviously for preparing something like this, you have to prepare like a proper planning. You have to plan all your trainings. I have a trainer who helps me with the planification, but he's not a professional. He's a friend that likes training. He helps me because he knows a little, and he prepare my trainings. He knows me very well, so he adapts the trainings to my conditions. For now, it's working very well. So we do like that. For example, my planification, I usually do like blocks of 1 month or 4 weeks. So I am like more or less all the weeks are similar. So each week I more or less I repeat the kind of training each day, and the rest days, all the weeks are like similar, but the quantity of the trainings is increasing from the first to the second to the third week, and on the fourth, I always decrease the charge, and that's more or less the way that we do it. If you want to know more things specifically or something like that, don't worry, ask me, that I can tell you all the things that I usually do.
Yeah, we will put also from Juan his contact in the video description and also in the Facebook group, so you can speak also with Juan directly and follow him.
Obviously.
It's very good. And Juan, why you like the mountains? Why you like mountain running? What fascinates you about this?
Okay, I have to say that when I go to the mountain, it's a place where I feel calm. I feel free. And it's like, I suppose that, for example, for people that do like meditation or something like that,
Mhm.
is they do that because in that moment their mind is like quiet. And for me, to put my mind in that status, I need to go to the mountain, and when I am there, I can spend like 4 or 5 hours. There are they are hours where I am not thinking. So I like it because of that, because it's like a mind training.
Mhm. So you disconnect, yeah, from
Disconnect.
everything. It's like relax, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's interesting. I also go to the mountains to relax a bit, to go to think about something else, or to sometimes to be alone, to because I think running also this long, very long distance is like meditation for me. Yeah, when I
Yes,
do this
yes.
ultra, I did also Transgran Canaria this year, the last big race, of the
Hmm.
Ultra Trail World Tour, and for
Yes.
me, it's really I enjoy it. I speak with people. I have also my camera with me. I make video, a small reportage. I might make this kind of interviews with people, and is what I like. I mean, I don't go to compete, but I go. Yes, I want to finish. So
Okay, but at the end, I think that all the people that run this kind of races, we are looking for the same feelings. We are looking
mhm,
for freedom. We are looking for calm. We are looking for connecting with the nature, and that's all. Obviously, all of us we suffer because obviously we are climbing mountains, so, and it's hard, but we are looking for that.
exactly. So just also to explain, you made, for example, this race Ultra Trail Gran Vuelta del Renal, this ultra about 130 kilometers. In how many hours you did it? Just remind me.
And 13 and a half.
You see, so now you can see one time it was 13 and a half hours, and my time was around 30 hours. So I came much later than him, but everybody suffer on his own way. He in his way,
Obviously,
mine.
obviously, I suffer because I was running fast, but you were suffering because you were spending 30 hours there. So
Yeah,
and you can't while I was sleeping, you were running. And
yeah.
you spend 2 nights at the race. So these are different kinds of suffering, but at the end, all the people that are able to finish this kind of race has the same value.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much. And this also, I used practically all the money I spent for my number. I spent there 2 days nearly, yeah, in food and a lot of. I used the maximum time of the race and the food, yeah.
Let's say that you enjoy more. You enjoy more hours than
Yeah.
me.
And you sometimes when you do this kind of races in this level, you don't feel sometimes a lot of pressure. Yeah, when you are leading the race and you have somebody behind you all the time, you don't feel pressure, or how you
I
feel?
have, I have to say that before going to the race, I do my calculations, and I know more or less the time that I'm going to spend because I can have some references from my trainings. And so when I am running, obviously you are paying attention to the rest of the runners, but I am more focused on myself. I
Hmm.
check that I am reaching the checkpoints at the time that I wanted, and if I am on time, I don't pay attention to the rest of the runners. I like to run like that. I don't I try to not follow other runners if they push harder or things like that. I try to keep my own pace. That's my strategy. So sometimes maybe you can feel the pressure of other racers or things like that, but at the end, I think that okay, Juan, you have to run your race. So at the end, you want to do this time, and if you do that, no matters if you win or if you enter the second, third place, because you have get the objective. So for me, it's okay in that way. So and you don't have so much pressure. If you are only looking for the position in the race, you have more pressure because it's like, okay, I'm second, I'm third. But if you are looking for the time and you are on time, you don't have to feel that pressure.
Mhm. So you have your time in a paper, maybe in a
Yes,
paper
yes.
and your number, and you check, okay, I follow my time, and you do your own race. Yeah, you don't look at anybody else. You do your own race, and that's it. Yeah, you don't-
I think that, for example, for me, I always I print the profile of the race, and in the profile, I usually write the times that I want to reach each point. And I recommend people that they should do that to avoid pushing hard at the beginning and blown in the middle of the race and things like that. It's a good advice.
Mhm. Okay. And what would you say to our people, as you as experienced trail runner, when you could say the three most important recommendations for ultra running during a race, what would you say?
Okay, I would say that the first recommendation is to plan your trainings. No, I recommend that always is better following a planification
Mhm.
than doing whatever you want. If you think that going running as you want is a good training, it isn't. So my first advice is do a proper planification. The second one, I would say that for our sport, the strength training is very important. So we have to go to the gym, although although we don't like, we have to go to the gym to do strength for our legs, because when we are running long distances, we need to have a proper strength training in our legs, because at the end they have to resist for a long time, and it's good for them to avoid calambres. I don't know in English.
Yeah, that your muscles get too strong and you cannot
Yes,
move
yes,
anymore.
to avoid that. The third advice is to to pay attention to things that are not directly training. I mean, for example, resting, the nutrition, all those things are important. Or, for example, not being stressed, things like that. All of that affects to your performance in the races. So
Okay,
are my
very good.
advice.
Yeah. As you spoke about food, what are you eating? Do you eat everything or do you have a special diet?
No, I eat everything, but I avoid. I try to to eat natural products.
Real
Avoid.
food. Yeah,
I try to avoid processed food.
yeah, present food. Yeah.
I buy, for example, I go to the market and buy vegetables. I eat all kinds of food. I am not vegetarian. I eat meat. I eat everything, but I try that the food is healthy and avoiding processed food. For example, I don't drink Fanta, Coca-Cola, things like that. I avoid them. I don't drink, for example, alcohol. But in my case, I follow a very common I eat common food.
Mhm. You drink beer without alcohol, yes or
Yes,
no?
without alcohol,
Okay.
yes, and I think that is a good recovery. The beer
Mhm.
without alcohol.
Without alcohol. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
very good. Mhm. And if you think about your career, what was the most beautiful moment and which was the worst moment you had?
Okay. I think that the most beautiful moment, there are some of them, but I would choose when I finish Somiedo, Desafío Somiedo in 2018 in the third place, because it was my first race with the Andalusian selection. Um, and I finished in third position after Juanjo Somoano and Iker Carrera. And for me, they are like I follow them. So for me, running with them in the race, running at their side, knowing them was an amazing experience. And another moment that was great was the year before that I finished in the 15th position in the CCC in the UTMB. There, I was running, and for me was a great experience also because I could run with runners that I knew. For example, Ryan Sanders or Efren Segundo from the Spanish selection. For me, it was a great experience. Maybe bad moments, I have to say that I only have maybe a few. Maybe they are related with some races, for example, where I got lost and I was maybe in a position and then I get lost. I lose and I lose some positions. Maybe in that moment was hard, but then you think and you realize that it's part of the game. So sometimes it can be good for you because other racers are going to get lost. Sometimes you lose. And it's like in football, when the referee do a mistake or something like that. It's part of the game, and that's all. No, it's not a big deal.
And do you have what is your favorite runner? Do you have which is your top runner you follow and you get inspiration?
Okay, I have some of them, but for example, obviously I like Kilian Jornet. But for example, in my case, I have read the books of Kilian Jornet, and I have also read the book of Luis Alberto Hernando. And I have to say that for me, obviously, Kilian is the best. But in my case, I have learned a lot from Luis Alberto Hernando because I like his mood, the way that his humor, and I like his style. Others runners that I like, for example, I like Jim Gosley because I think that he's very sincere. People tend to say that maybe that he's like very arrogant, but for me, he always said the things that he thinks. For example, if he thinks that he's going to win a race and he's going to break the record, he says it. And there are some people that maybe they don't like that, but I think that if he knows that, why shouldn't he say it? So for me, I like it. I like him.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, very good. And what would you say? I mean, we spoke about also about training now, how you prepare, how you raise, some recommendations. Okay, this is all connected a lot with your body and the mental strength. I mean, you said also you are not trying to think so much about racing, do the recovery, which is very important, do other things to disconnect, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And yes, I think that is very important to have uh, to have mind health. So
Mhm.
I like to be very conscious about my mind. I like to feel that I am happy with the things that I do. So I love, for example, spending time reading, learning about myself. For example, sometimes I read novels, but I like to read things that make me think.
Mhm.
Uh, for example, when I am traveling alone, I like to spend time thinking about my life, my objectives, and not only running. About because if you um, if you improve your consciousness, is going to be better for your performance when you are running. So you
Mhm.
have to have a good mind to run properly.
Mhm. Okay, yeah. It's it's very yeah, it's very interesting what you said that you are clear with yourself, which helps also for sure on the performance then in the races. And now, I mean, it's a very special question now because we saw that you retired from the competitions, yeah, from the competition in races.
Mhm.
So you was, I mean, running in very high level, yeah, and I think it was by this year you have announced to retire from the sport. So we would like to know why you took this decision, yeah,
Okay.
to go out of this.
Okay, I took this decision because last year I had a strong injury, so I broke my femur. Um, um, I spent like 6 months without running. I used that time to think about myself. And before getting injured, I thought that running was like the most important thing in my life. When I have to stop, I discovered that I like doing sport, but not running. I discovered that I could live without running, only doing sports, and I discovered that that sometimes training so hard and following a planning was for me was like stressing. I was finding that running could be something that doesn't make me happy if I always try to train for being the best. Or so I thought that sometimes it's better to stop and simply enjoy running for health and avoiding competition. And for me now, I have other projects in my life, so I don't want to. If you want to be competitive, you have to pay the price that you are going to pay is your time. You have to spend a lot of time training, and you have to be very focused. You are going to lose lots of events of your friends, for example, because if you have a plan for the Saturday or the Sunday, the first thing is training, and then you are going to organize your time to try to do all the things. But it's a great it's it's a great price that you are paying to be competitive. So now for me, I have other projects. I want to build a house. I want to start a family, and I have other things. So, and I don't want that all the people that are around me have to do sacrifices like me. So for now, it was good. Maybe in the future I'm going to do some races, but I don't want to be like now, because as last years I have been always trying to complete circuits like Spain Championship or Andalusia Championship, and I don't want to have like all the year organized with races. I only want to maybe prepare one race, enjoy, and then doing a sport, but only for health, not training.
Very good, very good. So you changed for sure now a little bit the priorities in your life, yeah, and
Yes.
it is a big step also for a runner to say, okay, I will step out. Okay, we saw a very nice video from you and from Chito, the speaker, which when you said goodbye, it was very, very nice. So, I mean, it is a big decision. Now you have a new project, and I think you will have also a lot of success in all your new projects. I mean,
So
you are
thank you,
not
thank you.
you are not out of this world, and it would be nice that you. I mean, also if you're not competitive, you will stay maybe with us or with the people. You stay connected and give your experience of this time because it is something very, very, very great.
Yes, Marco. By the way, for example, for me, I know that I'm not going to be disconnected from this world because I have lots of friends. It's impossible, and I know that I'm going to carry on running, doing trail running. I know that when it's weekend, I'm going to go to the mountain to run. So I'm going to find people, and it's impossible to be disconnected. But maybe the thing is going to be that maybe I'm going to be like apart from the races and those things for a time.
Mhm, mhm. As you know, we are making now a lot of videos or interview with people who run from different countries, from France, from USA, from very different countries all over the world. So now in this edition, we have presented you, yeah, as person first and also as a runner. So in the future, we will make also some smaller videos related to a topic, for example, nutrition or training or technical or mental. So you are also invited to stay with us for sure. Always when you have time, you you can be with us, yeah. And we want to thank you to be for sure here and to took your time. And we have a last question. Mm, if you could do one race, and this is your dream race, okay, which is do you have one race which is your dream to do one day?
Okay, I think I should think seriously about that, because there are some races that I like a lot, but
Hmm.
maybe I would like to do the Everest Trail Run.
Hmm.
Do you
Okay,
know
okay.
that race?
This I don't know. No.
Yes, it's like it's by a stages,
Okay.
and it's in the Everest.
No.
Obviously, it doesn't climb the Everest, but it's like the route that carry you to the base camp, I think. For me, I
Hmm.
would like to do that, and maybe I also would like to run one of the races, the biggest races in the USA. For example, the Western States or maybe Leadville, one of the ultras of the United
Yeah.
States. I would like to go there to run at least one time. I would
Hmm.
like to
Yeah,
do
it's
that.
nice. For me, I have also more or less three races which I would like to do. There's one, the UTMB, the 100 miles, because I
Okay.
have now enough points. Another which I would like to do is La Diagonale des Fous. It's in Madagascar. It's more known for French runners, you know. A lot of French people are there, but it's not so known this race as, for example, UTMB. But the atmosphere there in the island is special. Yeah.
I like that because I have heard about that in Territorio Trail, and I think that is amazing. It would be awesome. It would be awesome. Obviously, Madagascar is like other planet, so
Yeah.
is
I think I don't know if it's exactly Madagascar, the island next to it, but it's the race. I saw the reportage about a lot of French-speaking runner, and the atmosphere is amazing. It's all the island. In the start is 50 or 60,000 people. All the city are there. It's very special, very special. If I could take another race, yeah, I would maybe one of USA race, maybe Western States, Hard Rock 100 or Leadville,
some of
something like
that. Obviously, yes.
yeah. And one last question:
Okay.
if we are if we are if we would have the power to make a dream come true to you, okay? If we would be a magician, what would be this dream for you or this wish?
For example, I would like to have a mountain near my house, like
Ah,
going out of my door, find a mountain like near us. But I live in Huelva and we don't have mountains. So, but if there could be any dream, it was awesome.
mm. And this is interesting what you say because yesterday when we discussed with Luca Papi or with other runners, many of these very good runners they live in places where there's no mountains. So people ask how they can do run and they don't have mountains. Yeah, so it's very special to also to make this interview with you. Yeah, in Welver, not much mountain or not so much elevation.
No.
So for our people. So you see, you can do trail running and be good also if you don't have mountains around you. Right? Yeah, this is,
Yes.
I mean, the message. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
that's the message. Yes.
okay, and so now the last point, I will give you now the words to you. Okay, so you can tell everything what you like to maybe to your close people or some message you want to say by yourself without answering any question. Okay, feel completely free.
Okay, so I would like to say hello to all the people that follows me in the social media. I have to say that I'm very happy that, for example, in hard moments that I have lived, for example, in my injury last year, I think that the people that follows me gave me a lot of support, so I feel that and I feel that the people that follows me because of the person, not the runner, and I'm very happy for that, and I have to be very grateful for that. And for me it has a great meaning that people, all the people that know me, think that I am a good person, and that's the thing that I think that is the most important. You can be a good runner, but at the end, if behind the runner there isn't a good person, it doesn't matter. So thank you for all the people, and thank you for all the messages that I have received when I announced my retirement. And thank you for all the people, and thank you to you for thinking about me for this interview. Thank you for all the community of the trail running in the world. So I hope that we see each other in the mountains. That's all.
Perfect. So thank you very much to you. And
Thank you, Marco.
to, to everybody here in the description, you'll find the contact of Juan. You will find also the contact to our international Facebook group. You can join it. Yeah, we are people from all over the world. Speaking about trail run, you can also subscribe to the channel and support more interviews, and that's it. Follow us. We stay all in contact. Juan, we will see you hopefully again. Okay,
Yes.
and goodbye. Hasta luego.
Goodbye. Nos vemos.
Bye
Hasta
bye.
luego.
Bye bye.
Adiós.